Andrew Kramer was born on November 6, 1970. He is an American visual effects artist and best known for his tutorial titled Video Copilot.
My name is Andrew Kramer. I'm the founder of Video Copilot, and we create software and tools for Adobe After Effects.
As a freelance artist at age 20, Andrew began to work on the Video Copilot website in his spare time from his apartment in Southern California. The website started with a handful of short After Effects tutorials that were featured on the Creative Call community. Video Copilot has published over 150 tutorials along with dozens of digital products and plugins used by professional designers around the world.
One of the things we like to do is show people what's possible inside of After Effects. And so recently we came out with a plugin. So
Andrew continues to work in the film industry in addition to publishing exciting new products and tutorials for the growing motion design and visual effects community. His first major credit was as the title designer for Star Trek in 2009. He also worked on Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
It was absolutely a dream come true. This is a film that I watched growing up, and so to get an opportunity to work on it as a professional and try to bring some of my skills and some of the things that I learned over the years, partly that were inspired by, making movies and Star Wars and the original. So in particular on Star Wars: The Force Awakens, there was a lot of holograms and different types of designs that we had to not only create, animate, but incorporate into the shots. So having a tool that would give us the variety of capabilities from compositing to keying to tracking, and then of course using tools like Element 3D and Cinema 4D with After Effects so we could design all of the different elements and bring them together.
He also designed the main titles for Fringe, the science fiction television series created by Star Trek producer-director J.J. Abrams, and writers, executive producers Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orsi. Andrew continues to press the limits of After Effects and designed his own software and plugins. Today, Video Copilot plugins like Element 3D and optical flares are among the industry standard tools used by large visual effects studios and individual designers.
One of our more exciting tools is called Element 3D, and it's a tool for After Effects that creates some real-time 3D capabilities, almost like a game engine. So you can do really cool titles and graphics, and I've used it on many feature films recently as Star Wars The Force Awakens, Star Trek Into Darkness, and I also do other TV show title design. So it's a cool tool that works really well right inside of After Effects.
What I like the most in his tutorials, besides teaching the powerful techniques for visual effects, is that they are detailed and also entertaining. Here is an example of a tutorial showing how to create and customize an original airliner.
So today we're going to take a look at this airliner and how you can customize it to create your own. Now, Kramer Airlines, unfortunately, went out of business because of just substantial amount of debt, and, well, a lot of people died too. And most of it was sold off to Air Copilot. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's what we're going to be creating. We've got this nice aerial shot of this jet flying, and what's cool about this is that if I create a new viewer here and double click on the texture, you can see that it's fully customizable. Let's say we want it to be a low budget airliner. Well, we could come in here and there you have it. Now, if this is Sam Loya Airlines, we might take some of this concrete texture. You know, we could put a few patches on the airline, or we could change the transfer mode to multiply and maybe just give it a little more grunge. That seems a little bit more befitting. And just like that, we can customize how this airliner looks. All right, I'm just kidding there, Sam, if you're watching this. And if you're not, well, I think we know the truth. All right, let's go and create a new composition and get started. We'll come over here.
In his tutorials, he shares his knowledge and experience step by step, explaining what method he chooses and provides reasoning for every step to help the viewer understand the process. Here is another brief tutorial on pre-composing layers.
Hey, what's up? Andrew Kramer here for VideoCopilot.net, and welcome back to another very exciting tutorial. Today, we're going to be taking a look at our new script, 3D Pre-Compose. If you use After Effects for motion graphics or visual effects, at some point you've had to pre-compose some layers. And pre-composing is basically taking multiple layers and put them inside of their own separate composition. And ideally, it would look exactly the same. It would just simply be inside of a separate comp. But here's the problem. Anytime you use a 3D aware effect like particular or element or even just a 3D layer, when you pre-compose it using After Effects, so I'll go down here to pre-compose, which is just at the bottom. I'm going to move all the attributes and hit OK. And now those particles are all messed up. And the reason they're messed up is if I open it up, the lights and camera are all missing from this composition. So if we come back over here, we've got cameras and lights, and I can take these and I can copy them. I can paste them, but sometimes that's a little bit of a hassle to do, especially when you have a lot of lights and you have a lot of different things going on. So this is basically the problem, is that when you pre-compose a 3D aware effect, it does not look exactly the same. So that's why we created the 3D pre-compose script. So you can download it, it's free, throw it into your script folder, or you can just run it at any point. And here's how it works.
Andrew Kramer's dad was a freelance writer for a sports fishing magazine. When Andrew was 7 years old, his dad brought home a black and white Apple computer with HyperCard Stack for him to play on. In HyperCard Stack, there was a video playing of a lion. Andrew thought this was the coolest thing. He loved playing with the computer. He opened up all the programs. He organized files and documents. He created a folder with his name on it for his staff. One day he wakes up and the computer is gone. His dad had lost his job and the computer went back. Andrew was devastated. He had so much fun exploring the computer and he felt he hadn't gone through all of the programs and that feeling of not being able to learn and to explore was odd. 5 years later, the house they were living in at the time had a major construction defect. His mom told him that there was a lawsuit, and after the settlement, they may have money left over to get him another computer. He hoped the house was in such a bad condition that the payout would be enough to get his computer. Lucky for him, it was. He felt like this was an opportunity to learn and be creative.
One thing that I learned that always has helped me is understanding that hard work is usually the reason behind almost every great thing. And when you understand that, you're not going to be thinking, what's a quick way to do this? Like, that doesn't become the way you think. And when you get out of the thinking of, what's a quick way just to do this, knock this out, let's get past this, and you start focusing on the things that you love about whatever, whether it's filmmaking or art or painting, and start focusing on, hey, this is something I love and I want to give it attention and I want to put hard work into it. And when people see what you've created, they can tell that you are totally into that thing and that you love it and that you're passionate about it, versus somebody who, hey, here's this thing, it only took me 5 minutes, versus somebody who, I don't know how long it took me. It feels like months I've been working on this thing. And as far as visual effects is concerned, maybe you make a short film or a short animation or something that is a complete package that shows maybe your skills, but also shows your heart and how much work that in details. People love the details, and the visual effects is all about the details. So if you really are passionate about something, it needs to come through in your work. Just doing something fast because it looks good enough or it's okay is fine, but if you want people to take notice, you got to put in that hard work.
This year, Andrew started Copilot Live, a full-day presentations from top designers from the community, sharing expert knowledge in London, Paris, Barcelona, and Berlin. He presented a unique title sequence for each city. I would like to end this presentation with Paris opening title.